When you think about power in the US military, you might picture aircraft carriers cutting through the ocean, fighter jets screaming across the sky, or soldiers marching in unison. But true power isn't in the machines. It's in the people who lead them. And today, some of the most powerful leaders reshaping the American military are women. They command forces, oversee strategy, and break barriers that once seemed unbreakable. This is the story of the most powerful women in the American military. General Jacqueline D. Van Ovost. Let's start with General Jacqueline D. Van Ovost, a trailblazer in every sense of the word. With more than 4,200 flight hours and over 30 different aircraft, she's a master aviator. But what sets her apart isn't just her time in the cockpit. It's her command. Van Ovost became the leader of U.S. Transportation Command, one of the nation's 11 unified combatant commands. That role put her in charge of global logistics, the lifeline of America's military power. When troops need to deploy halfway around the world, when tanks and supplies need to arrive in combat zones, when humanitarian aid needs to reach disaster-stricken nations, it's her command that makes it happen. Imagine the scale. Every plane, every ship, every vehicle moving under one unified command, led by a woman who stood as the only active-duty female four-star general in the entire Department of Defense for years. Van Ovost didn't just represent logistics. She represented the future of leadership in a military once defined by men. Admiral Lisa M. Franchetti. From the skies, we move to the seas. Admiral Lisa M. Franchetti made history in 2023 when she became the Chief of Naval Operations, the top officer in the United States Navy. That meant, for the first time ever, a woman was steering the world's most powerful naval force. The Navy is America's first line of defense in global waters, with aircraft carriers, submarines, destroyers, and sailors deployed across every ocean. As Chief of Naval Operations, Franchetti's voice wasn't just powerful inside the Navy, it carried weight across the entire Joint Chiefs of Staff. She shaped strategy on everything from deterring China's ambitions in the Pacific to modernizing naval technology for the wars of tomorrow. Her appointment was more than symbolic. It was proof that leadership at the very top, where national security decisions are debated and shaped, now includes women with the authority to make those decisions. Admiral Franchetti wasn't just navigating the seas. She was navigating the future of global power. Lieutenant General Deanna M. Bert. Space may be the final frontier, but it's already a battleground of strategy, technology, and defense. And at the forefront of this new era is Lieutenant General Deanna Bert of the U.S. Space Force. As Deputy Chief of Space Operations, she oversees critical missions that protect America's satellites, ensure secure communications, and monitor threats beyond Earth's atmosphere. Think about it. Modern warfare relies on GPS, surveillance, missile defense systems, and cyber networks, all of which depend on space assets. If those satellites were disrupted, the entire military could be blinded. That's the responsibility Bert carries. She's not just leading within a new branch of the military. She's shaping the doctrine and culture of a force designed for the 21st century. Her work ensures America remains dominant not only on land, at sea, and in the air, but also in orbit. Chief Master Sergeant Joanne S. Bass, power in the military, isn't only about officers with stars on their shoulders. It's also about the enlisted leaders who represent the backbone of the armed forces. Chief Master Sergeant Joanne S. Bass made history as the 19th Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, and the very first woman to hold the highest enlisted rank in any U.S. military branch. Bass's influence was enormous. She was the voice for nearly 600,000 enlisted airmen, shaping policies on training, morale, readiness, and quality of life. When decisions at the top risked forgetting the human side of service, it was Bass who reminded leaders what it meant for the men and women wearing the uniform every day. Her position was groundbreaking, But more importantly, it was effective. She proved that enlisted voices, especially those led by a woman, could hold equal weight in shaping the future of the Air Force. General Lorie J. Robinson. To truly understand the depth of female power in the military, we have to talk about General Lorie J. Robinson. In 2016, she made history as the first woman ever to lead a unified combatant command when she took charge of U.S. Northern Command. This role wasn't ceremonial. It placed her at the very center of America's defense. Northern Command is tasked with nothing less than protecting the homeland itself, integrating all service branches to respond to natural disasters, terrorist threats, and potential attacks on U.S. soil. The responsibility is enormous, requiring sharp decision-making, constant readiness, and the ability to coordinate across multiple agencies. Robinson's rise wasn't just a personal achievement. It was a signal to the entire country that women could hold the most sensitive and demanding positions in national security. Her leadership blazed the trail for future figures like Admiral Lisa Franchetti and General Jacqueline van Ovost to step into their own historic roles. General Ann E. Dunwoody. We can't discuss powerful women in the military without honoring the trailblazer who broke the ultimate barrier. General Ann E. Dunwoody. In 2008, she became the first woman in U.S. military history to rise to the rank of 4-star general, shattering a ceiling that had stood for centuries. This wasn't just a ceremonial achievement. It was both a symbolic and practical turning point for the entire military. Her promotion sent a message across every branch. Women were not only present, but fully capable of commanding at the highest levels. Dunwoody's journey wasn't the result of shortcuts or tokenism. It was earned through decades of dedicated service, proven leadership, and relentless determination. Her career demonstrated that excellence, not gender, defines leadership. Because of her, the door was kicked wide open, and every female 4-star general who followed, from Robinson to Franchetti to van Ovost, walked through the path she built. Lieutenant General Nadja Y. West. Lieutenant General Nadja Y. West is one of the most influential women in U.S. Army history. In 2016, she became the first African-American woman to achieve the rank of 3-star general, breaking barriers that had stood for generations. She also served as the 44th U.S. Army Surgeon, General and Commanding General of the U.S. Army Medical Command, where she oversaw healthcare for more than 4 million soldiers, retirees, and their families. Her leadership wasn't limited to medicine. It extended to ensuring the overall readiness and strength of the Army. Rising from humble beginnings, West proved that determination, excellence, and resilience could take anyone to the top. Her career continues to inspire future leaders across the military. These women didn't just climb the ranks, they rewrote the rules. They proved that leadership, courage, and vision are not defined by gender, but by ability, determination, and results. They sit at the heart of America's military power, ensuring the nation remains strong on land, at sea, in the air, and now, even in space. So here's the call to action. If you believe their stories should be heard louder and wider, share this story. Talk about them. Remember their names. Because the more we recognize trailblazers, the more we inspire the next generation of leaders to step up and lead. Not as the first, but as part of the norm.